Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the hour has arrived, maybe a minute or two early, but the author of the bill is here, and we've got a pretty good congregation out here we can preach to today. If you've spoken on the bill before, this bill's House Bill 69 is identical to Senate Bill 10. Those of you who have testified previously, unless you have something earth-shattering that you didn't talk about the first time around, if you don't need to, pass on it unless you feel necessary to do it. I don't want to cut anybody off, but like I say, the two bills are almost identical. There's going to be no amendments as far as I'm concerned, so we will begin the meeting. Senator Bullock, you're recognized to present Senate Bill 10. No, sir. I had you spotted from the word go. Before you get started, I want to commend you for the log jam that you got stirred up over there. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. So I appreciate that and commend you for it. So I'll let you present your bill.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to present this little piece of legislation to you and your committee. I appreciate your committee members being patient and allowing the Senate to debate this bill. It didn't take us but a little over 5 years, I think, to ever get it to the floor, but it passed 32 to 22, which was, I thought, a pretty good showing in the Senate. It certainly had a lot of debate and a lot of discussion on our side. As I know that the bill you introduced that came out of this committee has had a lot of debate and a lot of discussion. The bill actually has two parts to it. One deals with malt beverages and wine. The other deals with distilled beverages, and they're different in the fact that some areas don't have distilled alcohol sales, and so there's two questions in here depending on which area that you are calling for a vote on. But this is a bill that I call it local control and democracy bill. It's about letting local governing authorities, either cities or counties, make a decision on if they want to call a referendum to let the people vote if they want to allow for malt beverages, wine, and distilled spirits to be sold on Sunday. The bill has a range in it from 12:30 to 11:30 p.m. that these beverages could be sold, packaged beverages could be sold. Now, I put an amendment on it on the Senate floor just for clarification. Legal counsel said they felt like that it was clear enough, but just for clarity, I put an amendment on it where it specifically states that local governing authorities can work within that perimeter of 12:30 to 11:30, but they could narrow it up if they wanted to. And that was a concern that some people had. As we started on this piece of legislation, there was a question brought up about the constitutionality of it. And, Mr. Chairman, I think you wrote a letter to the Attorney General and got a response, and that question has been removed, that there's nothing unconstitutional about this piece of legislation. So, y'all have debated the same bill. I'll be glad to try to answer any questions on anything that pertains to SB 10 as we passed it out of the Senate. Mr. Chairman, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Senator Bullock. Does any members of the committee have questions to Senator Bullock? I think you presented it very well, and like you said, that House Bill 69 identical to this bill, so we've heard it. This will be the second time we've heard it. Okay, thank you very much. All right, we've got some folks that may want to talk on it, for it, or Kathy Kazava, are you in a position to comment, or? Thank you very much. Horace Hamilton? You may need to come around and get over there where they can take your picture. Start over with you.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. I've done a little research since the last time I spoke to the committee, And in Alabama, I'm sorry, in South Carolina, where we have stores that sell both beer and wine on Sunday, where local control allows it, I found that we have as many as 500 to 1,000 individual purchases on a typical Sunday, depending on the volume of the store. So in Georgia, that's an awful lot of customers that are disappointed on Sunday. Either they come to our store and make an effort to make a purchase and they're denied, or they know in advance that they're not able to make that purchase, so they don't try to. We hear an awful lot from those customers about their wishes that they be able to do all of their shopping on Sunday, and 10% of our customers shop only on Sunday. Particularly, we hear from the working mothers who just can't get out of the house and go shopping any day except Sunday. And so they tell us routinely that they would appreciate it if they would be able to do all of their shopping on Sunday. So I thank you for the opportunity to speak to you, and certainly encourage you to pass this bill so that we can provide the full service that our customers expect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jim Tudor. I understand. Kyle Jackson. Kyle in the audience. Okay, thank you very much. Excuse me, NFIB. I'm sorry, they should have come up. Okay, that ends the presentation of speakers. The bill is on the table. What do I hear from the committee? 15 is Representative Mitchell.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, for me, the real issue here is whether or not we as a body are going to allow voters to decide whether their local community stores can join or decide not to join certain athletic venues, bars and restaurants in the sale of alcohol on Sunday. And to me, that's the real issue. For the life of me, I can't understand why it's okay for a consumer to be at home on Sunday, decide that they want some alcohol, they can get in their vehicle, go to certain athletic venues, bars, restaurants, consume all the alcohol they can purchase, get back in their car and drive home, but it's not okay for a consumer to be at home on a Sunday and say, I want some alcohol, get in their car, drive to the package store across the street from the restaurant, bar to purchase it, to drive home to consume it. For that reason, Mr. Chair, when it's appropriate, I'd like to make a motion that we do pass.
Okay, we've heard your testimony, and I believe we have a motion to do pass. Do I hear a second? Seconds. Any discussion amongst the members? Now is the time to vote. All those in favor indicate by saying, oop. Okay. Those who are in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries with a do pass recommendation on the rules. No further business to come before the committee, then we call the meeting adjourned. Thank y'all. Thank the committee. I appreciate y'all coming. Hey. Wasn't anything to run.
That was strong. See that? That wasn't even no voice. That was strong, except for Michael.
Michael. Okay. That's all right.
No more beer for him.